All right. Hey guys, hey, thanks for jumping on this webinar. It was really kind of a first time for us. We're really excited to do this and really present to you what it is that we provide. We were talking a while ago and we were saying, God, if everybody knew what it was we did and how we helped agents grow their business, we'd probably have 1,000 agents. But, one of the things that we really are particular with is who the agents are that we bring on. So I thought this would be a great thing for you guys to take a look at. And we'll answer any questions after this is done. But if you have any questions on this, just raise your hand or certainly just jump into the chat and we'll certainly answer those questions. But and we have quite a few people on this, which is great. So anyway, take a look at this. I want to walk through each piece of what we provide as a real estate brokerage, right? Just like you guys have to be relevant to the consumers. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Again, this is only about 15, 20 minutes. So sit back, relax, and watch this and watch it in full. I'm not going to waste a lot of time here. So I'm going to jump right into it. We have to be relevant to consumers. As a broker owner, I have to be relevant to the agents. So this is how I'm relevant to the agents. If I can grow your business, if I can take you from 3 million to 6 million faster in a shorter time frame than other brokerages, I become more relevant. If I can take you from $6 to $15 million in sales volume, I become really relevant in a very short time frame. And so I'm going to show you how we do that. I'm going to show you exactly kind of an outline. Obviously, at the end, we'll go through a little deeper if you want, but I'm going to show you everything we provide, everything we offer, so you guys get a good feel about who Platinum Living is. Yes, we were with our previous brand back in July. We are no longer with them. We are an independent luxury real estate brokerage, and let's jump into it. All right, guys. So who are we? Let me click on this here. We are Platinum Living Realty. We were really founded due to the shortcomings of the classic real estate model. We looked at all the different models and we said, you know what? There is a void in the real estate model. There is a race to the bottom type model, and then there is the ones that charge a lot of money, charge a lot of splits, and don't really offer you much, right? So we decided that we're going to provide a company or a brand or a brokerage that embodies high energy and collaborative work environment for agents. And we do believe that a team approach benefits both our agents and our clients. So we partner with our agents. They're not just 1099 agents. They are partners with our brokerage, meaning the more you guys make, that's why our splits are so low or beneficial for you, is because we're partnering with you to grow your business. We'll get into that a little further. Okay. So let's jump into that's who we are. This is truly our core belief. I've always said this. I've said this from day one. The size of the circle that you give through is always proportionally the same size of the circle that you receive through, meaning that the more you guys give and the more we give, the more it comes back to you. I'm a firm believer in karma, and I'm a firm believer in that statement, and that is our company core belief. Our mission and our mission statement is that we really are creating a wow experience through all aspects of real estate interactions. We want to provide the highest quality and innovative, exceptional real estate services anywhere. And we want to serve, right? And we have an acronym here for serve. I'm just going to reduce this here real quick. We want to serve our customers and clients by surpassing expectations, embodying our mission, results driven. We value relationships. We expect the best. So these are things that are really important to us. I always say that there's 5 things that I have that are standard in joining my brokerage, and that is you must be ethical, you must be moral, you have to be legal, you have to share, and over and above everything else, you got to be a good person, and that's super important to me. Okay, so sorry about the little mix-up there. Let's jump to the next one here. Let's see what we got. All right, our business model. Yeah, that's me. Our business model is to move agents into their own CEO positions by helping them leverage people, systems, and technology. That is our ultimate goal. Not everybody wants to be a team or a team leader. That's okay. We want them to be the CEO of their team, their individual business. So not only do we leverage people, systems, and technology, we help them with P&L training. We help them with everything, marketing, lead system. We're going to talk about that later. But that really is our business model. If you ask companies what their business model is, a lot of times they don't understand. This is exactly what we want. We want to have agents who run a business. We want them to live in other states, take the summers off and hang out in San Diego for 3 or 4 months, and their business still thrives and interacts here in Scottsdale. All right. Okay, so let's jump into who we are. Our leadership team. A lot of you guys, some of you guys know me, some of you guys don't know me, and you may or may not know my wife. Michelle and I, that's us. We are the broker owners. I'm the designated broker. She is an agent owner. We have owned this brokerage now for 7 years. We started out as a small little independent, moved over to the previous brand that we just moved away from, and as of July, we became Platinum Living Realty. And so Julie has been with us forever. She's been with us almost 15 years. She is our contract compliance director. And she is probably one of the best people you'll ever meet in your entire life. And we love her. Our managing broker is Brittany Douglas. She's also our transaction coordinator. Brittany is extremely intelligent when it comes to contract law, understanding the brokerage language. She's really, really good at what she does. And so we this year made her the managing broker. Morgan Figgleton is our director of office operations. She handles pretty much the entire office, all three offices. We'll talk about that in a second too. But she handles everything. She is the most organized person I've ever met, and thank God she helps me with my calendar because I can't do that very well. So anyway, that's Morgan. She is always going to be your go-to for everything in the office. She runs the office. Now, Tasha is our director of marketing. We just brought Tasha on this year. She is a graphic designer, marketer. She is social media savvy. She will create, help you build any marketing piece, listing presentation, buyer presentation, postcards, flyers. All of that stuff is done from a graphic design standpoint, free of cost. That's all included in our splits and our fees. We'll talk more about that in a second here as well. Now, Sam, also hired on this year, she is our technology coordinator. And our next, I'm going to go into our technology package that we have. Sam manages, monitors, trains, and helps all the agents with everything technology. And I do know that that is an issue with a lot of agents. We all, technology has passed us all by. Trust me, we all understand that. But Sam, being very knowledgeable in that end, runs a lot of that for us. And she is housed here in the DC Ranch office as well. All right, so yeah, let's jump into the technology package. So we offer all of our agents three main systems that we vetted a lot. We looked at about 15 or 20 different systems and said, okay, given the understanding of what an agent will do, given the understanding that an agent will not, and by the way, I was and still am an agent. I'm not a selling agent, but knowing that it's got to be easy to use, we came down to three systems that we felt the agents would use consistently and really help them build their business. So number one is the KV Core system. It used to be called Conversion. Now they call it KV Core. That is a full front website, CRM system, lead generation program, a full relationship management system for your clients, past clients, new leads, farm area. It's an amazing system. We also provide all the agents a BombBomb video system and also Reach 150 referral system. It is an automatic system that will not only ask for referrals, it asks for reviews and gives you a full, complete review website that you can leverage in place, not in place of, but in conjunction with like a Zillow or Realtor.com or Trulia. So anyway, we can dive a little deeper into those. So obviously, KV Core is going to help you generate leads through pay-per-click, blogging, landing pages. It'll also help you track leads with behavior-based marketing, meaning if you have a lead in there that, let's for instance say they look at a house 3 or 4 times, the system will automatically send them a text or an email based on their behavior. And it comes from you. And as they respond, it comes right back to you. So you really don't have to do too much of that, but it's still interactive, but it's a great intelligent system that will respond based on behaviors within that lead interaction with the system. So very cool. It's a place where you can keep all your business in one system. To follow up with video email is the BombBomb system. That is phenomenal. We have been using BombBomb for almost 9 years now. So probably one of the best things you can use to humanize your business. People want to know who they're dealing with. They want to see their face. They want to understand their personality. And it's a great way to do that if you just can't meet them face to face, if you do it in video. As you guys know, video has become a huge thing in the last couple of years, and it's not going to go away. So we provide that for you guys as well. And then the Reach 150 automatically gets referrals and reviews, and it really puts your business on autopilot. So you have leads coming in your KV Core system. You have video email systems that go out. You can push buttons on and just shoot a video. And the automatic Reach 150 program automatically asks for referrals and reviews from your clients. That's something that was really important to me. How do I automate and take away the things that agents have struggles with? And these three systems will work really, really well with that piece of it. And they'll also work really well with our coaching and our training and our other systems, our marketing programs, which we'll jump to next. All right. That. All right, let's jump into that. So our coaching system and lead program, as you guys have heard in the past, we generate leads. We generate a lot of leads. We give leads away. We have different systems for that, but we also do some really big coaching and training. I don't even like the word coaching and training anymore because so many companies use it, but so many companies training and coaching is so parochial or it's so watered down that I don't even like to use that word. So I mean, it's a coaching system, but it's also a lead program too. But I do one-on-one coaching. I do team member coaching. Just this morning, I was working with one of our team members or team leaders, agents, doing role play on some script, doing some best practices when meeting with buyers and sellers. I also do ISA coaching. So if you guys have an ISA, every Wednesday at 2:30, I do an ISA coaching call with them. We also do admin coaching on TC work, mastering the assistant role. And we'll talk more about that in a second as well. And then, of course, office generated leads that we do provide the agents. Let's jump into both of those. Let's jump into the systems first. One of the things I coach on, and this is the base of what I coach on. All real estate is about systems. It's all about systems, right? So these, what is that? The 6 systems are the most important systems you can master within your business. A mentor used to say to me, "Hey Jay, you know, the view from the you can climb up the hill or climb up the mountain, 100 different ways, but the view from the top is always the same." And I thought, yeah, it's just amazing how people do it, right? We all do different ways to get business and we all try to build our business, but we end up building a job because we still have to be in it all day long and we still have to be, doing it all day long. I want to help build agents' business where they don't have to be in it all day long. So one of the things we do, getting you one-on-one, 2 hours every 2 weeks or an hour and a half or whatever it is, I don't care if it's 20 minutes, getting you out of your business, get your head out of the weeds and work on your business. These are the systems that we work on. So we first go through the very most important one is your lead generation system. What does it look like? And when I say lead generation, it could be you met somebody at Starbucks and they saw that you were looking at listings and they asked if you were a realtor, or an online lead, KV Core lead, Boomtown. I don't care if you're using Real Geeks, internet lead, pay-per-click, open house, a referral. That is a lead. It's a lead system. What I like to work on is where do your leads come from? And then how do we follow up with those leads? And how do we convert those leads into knowing if they're now business, future business, or no business? So we have to understand where the leads come from. Then we jump into the lead conversion system, and that tells us who we should be working with. And then the sales presentation. Once you're at that appointment, what is your presentation to that buyer and to that seller? I'm going to work a little bit on that here in a second. And your follow-up system, right? Not all buyers and sellers are now business, so there's got to be what I call a stick system. How are they going to stick with us versus anybody else? And then your tracking system, you got to know your numbers, what you're spending money on, where your business is coming from. I ask agents all the time, hey, where'd your last 5 deals come from? And they tell me. Usually it's repeat referrals and then some sign calls and Zillow. And then I ask them where are they spending most of their money. And it's usually has nothing to do with where their business comes from. And so we're trying to reverse that, right? We're trying to be able to say, look, if most of your business comes from repeat and referral, like I'm all about acquisition, but if you're getting most of your business from repeat and referral, why are we not spending a little bit of money to get more of that? Like that's working, but you're not even spending time, effort, and energy on that or money on marketing for those. If we did that with a newsletter or an offer of some sort, we could really generate more of that business because that is really gold business. And then recruiting system for team leaders, obviously helping you bring in your ISAs, your OSAs, your admins. And there's a really cool department that we just started as well, which I'll talk to you about in a second, that will really help you take off if you're a team leader. All right, so let's do some coaching. I just want to do a quick little coaching. I'm just going to put you guys on pause for just a quick second. All right, I think we're back. How to stay relevant to a buyer. This is really important. I think this is going to be something that a lot of people ask themselves. How do I stay relevant as a buyer? Well, to do that, we have to understand a couple things. What do buyers want from a real estate agent? And if you think about that, well, buyers want houses. That's it, right? Show them that you have a house that they can't find. If they can find a house themselves, right? If they can out negotiate you and they can traverse the contract better than you, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? They don't need you. So providing them off-market, expired, canceled, pre-foreclosures, builder closeouts, coming soons, for sale by owners, and using predictive analytics systems is a really good way to do that. And then, like I said, being a negotiator, right? Nobody wants the really conservative tax person. They want the person who's just this side of legal when it comes to tax time. That's exactly what buyers want. They want to know that you can out-negotiate them, or you are a good negotiator. So you have to prove to them that you're skilled. Right? Show them your list price ratio for buyers, just like we do for sellers. We'll talk about that in a second. And if you can average that, or if you can leverage that against the average agent, you can show that, for the most part, you are a better negotiator. That's really important to them. And if you're not a good negotiator, we work on that. Like, what is the negotiating strategies? What are the things you need to look out for? How do you do win-win-win or win-win or no deal, right? I mean, you got to really figure out all that stuff, but we will go through that as well as far as our coaching and training. And then representation and expert advice. If you don't give the buyer a buyer presentation, it will be very hard to articulate your value. I say this all the time. Buyers think we're all the same, right? We are in a commoditized service, right? They have to know that we are ultimately different than other agents in the business. And so the only way you can really do that is a digital or book presentation. You have to do that. Expert advice is what they're looking for. It's like me contacting my stockbroker, asking them for a stock or asking them about a stock. I don't need to do that, right? I can just pick up my phone and I can click on my stock apps and I can see what Apple stock is trading at. But if I want to buy Apple stock, guess what? I need his expert advice based on my situation. Do I want to buy? Is it a hold? What do I do with that? Is it something I should look at? And that's exactly what buyers are looking for. They're looking for not perfect advice. They're looking for expert advice. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Okay, let's do the same thing for sellers. So what does the sellers want? Well, sellers want buyers, right? That's it. The main reason they need a real estate agent is to find them a buyer. And I say this all the time. If a seller has this idealistic view of agents, meaning that if a seller has a basket of buyers, right? They just have this bucket full of buyers and they can just pluck out any buyer they want to find the one that will pay them the price. If they can out negotiate you on that and then they can traverse the contract, they don't need you either. So one of the things I taught my agents a lot is, if they're having a struggle selling a house, I said, well, your problem is you just haven't found the buyer. And of course they look at me like I have three eyes and they're like, well, yeah, I know. I'm like, well, go find the buyer. Like, that's all you need to do. And so there's ways to do that. And that's what I want to touch on here. So one of the things that we have to be relevant with, obviously, is with the buyers is our marketing strategy that proves to the seller that we have buyers. So sellers want to know that you're a marketer, not just a facilitator or someone who's going to plop in the MLS and wait for somebody to show up. So we do targeted marketing based on historic data. This is where I was going with that, find the buyer. If I could pull historic data based on that home's criteria, that home's price, meaning that if I had a home that was tough for me to sell, if I could go back and say, okay, who historically has bought a home like that? Who historically has purchased a property? Everything from all the demographics, right? Age, religion, politics. Are they family? Are they have kids? Are they, I want to find the perfect avatar for that home based on historic data. And you can do that. It's a little bit of legwork, but if you're able to find a segmented list of buyers for that specific house, then you can find them on Facebook or you can target them on Facebook, and then you have an idea of where to go from there on that property. They're more likely to buy a house like this because historic data has showed me that this type of person has bought a home like that. I hope that all makes sense. And then we also talk about digital and offline, using magazines versus websites. 93% of all buyers start looking online. So using a magazine to sell a house is a horrible idea. It's a great way to market yourself and get business. And I'm not saying that putting a home in like a luxury type magazine doesn't help you get sellers because it could. But the problem is that they think that's how we sell houses, and they think that because that's what we push and that's what we tell them. But how many buyers come from a magazine? And plus, if a buyer is looking at a magazine as they're eating lunch outside of AJ's, how do I know as the listing agent that they're looking at that house? I have no clue. There's nothing tracking them. There's nothing telling me that they're looking. And there's certainly not going to be a system that sends behavior-based marketing to them offline. I hope that makes sense because it ties it into our KV Core system that we use. And then, of course, here's the proof, right? The proof is if you show a seller that you have a list of buyers from your marketing that actually match their home's criteria. And if you guys don't have this, we have this as well. Ask your brokerage, but we offer that as a brokerage to the agents. We have over 15,000 buyers in our database and sellers. So we leverage that list with the listing agents when they go on their listing presentation. So show them a list of your buyers that match their home, and then show them your buyer acquisition system. If you don't have one yet, we'll work on that. We can create one really fast because they want to see that. And then again, negotiating strategy. I can't tell you how many times that I talked to buyers or sellers when I was selling, and I would ask them, did the other agent ask you about their negotiating strategy? And they would say, no. I'm like, well, then it's probably safe to say they don't have one. And same thing with their buyers in waiting and their marketing and their, everything else. So it's interesting, but that's something that's really important to the sellers. And so if you guys focus your listing presentations on that, you will win the majority of your listing presentations hands down. Okay, so let's talk about our leads. We've been always known for our leads. There's 3 different ways we provide leads. Number 1 is our walk-ins. I know it sounds really old school, but our offices are full retail luxury offices, and they're all in shopping centers. We get roughly 400 to 450 walk-ins per year at our locations. The majority of those are at our waterfront office down there, about 4 doors down from Olive and Ivy, near the Scottsdale Fashion Square Mall. But agents can sit that, and you get tremendous walk-in traffic. It's amazing. We sold 65 houses last year. Not a great percentage. We're working on that a little better, but it's still a really good number to get extra business as they come in. Number 2 is our lead program. We do have a company lead program. This is for agents who want to get company generated leads, but they don't really want to be part of a full team, or they just want to get trickled on with extra leads that come in. These leads populate through our lead generation system through KV Core, powered by KV Core. Each agent gets a complete system as part of our technology package, but that's how the leads come through. There's no upfront cost for these leads. There is a small referral fee if an ISA calls these leads. So there's a 20% referral fee if you guys want an ISA to call these leads and convert them to an appointment. So otherwise, you can get them. There's no cost, no extra split on top of your normal split you would get. So, and right now it's between 4 and 5 leads per month. So, if you can get an extra 2 or 3 sales a year, then that's a huge bonus. Okay, and then our company lead team. We do have a lead team. We have a team of agents, 6 to 8 agents, that are on our lead team. They take leads from multiple sources, buyers and sellers. These leads are scrubbed by our 3 ISAs, and they're called and nurtured. ISA sets the appointment for the agent that the lead was assigned to, comes in round robin. And leads are assigned on round robin basis. We also use the disc profile to identify those leads as well with the agents. There's only between 7 and 10 agents on the team. This is designed between 10 months and 1 year. So agents come on this lead team. I call it a AAA team for team leaders, because a lot of team leaders who want to be team leaders have never actually been on a team, or have never been on a team that's truly designed as a real team, the way a team should be structured. And so this team is completely structured as a real team, although nobody's name is on it. The name, all the contract goes in the agent's name, signs in the agent's name. It doesn't have an agent name assigned to the team name. It's just called the Platinum Living Group. But anyway, so it's designed to where we get the agent in and out every 10 months to 1 year. And so far this year, we've closed over $20 million in sales volume, about $625,000 in GCI. And so here's, we use the CTE program. As you can see, we're sitting at about 609,000, about 20 million in sales. We've given out, what is that? $340,000, $413,000 in commission to these 6 to 7 agents. And so that's a nice little extra bonus for them. So anyway, we can talk more about that as well. Okay, so final step, let's jump into our locations and really what you get. this is all about joining Platinum Living. And so I know I'm doing a little bit of a coaching here thing, but I want to make sure that you guys understand what it is you get. We do have a very high average growth year over year versus the average agent. And there's multiple reasons: leads, coaching, culture, systems, support, and number one, I mean, our locations are great. I want to talk about that in a second, but I'll also talk about, in summary, the new cool thing we're actually the department we just started. So, as you guys know, we have department or locations in DC Ranch. If you guys have never been here, you guys got to stop in. Full luxury offices. We do have private offices for agents. We have work areas, workstations, conference rooms. Everything is built out in our intranet program where you guys can book out those rooms if you need to. We have our waterfront office. If you guys haven't been there yet, it's phenomenal. And then our newest office is at the Summit at Asher Hills, Scottsdale Road and Asher Hills, right there by Lone Mountain at the Summit. And so this has been based on our July to July of this year production. So far we are at 5.8 million average sales production compared to the brands that you see here, which means that we do push a higher average agent productivity. And that's because of our coaching, our training, our systems, and all the things that we offer. And then here's a summary of what you get. Here's a marketing piece that we put out. This is Tasha. She does all of the technology, social media, graphic design, along with Sam. Sam kind of heads up the technology. So I thought I'd throw this little flyer in here. But let's just go quickly through, and I'll wrap this up here really quick. Coaching and training on all aspects of your business. We will find, train, and hire your ISA for you. We will also find, hire, and train your OSA, as well as your assistant, admins. And when I say OSA, I mean team members, outside sales agents. ISA is inside sales agent. Full service listing marketing platform through the marketplace. We've got a full integrated back end system where you can go in and pick out your brochures, your flyers, and send and mail. EDDM, it's a full mail house and print house. Full graphic design, agent branding, and marketing department. That's Tasha. We offer free leads at no cost. Our KB Core system, our BombBomb video email system, Reach 150, that's our technology package. We offer custom digital buyer and seller presentation at no cost. We do this really cool pre-sale package. If you've not seen it, it's really, really neat. It is a full pre-sale we send to the seller before we meet with them. And it also comes with a video card. Very, very cool. If you guys haven't seen it, ask me about it. I'll post a video on here as well for you guys too. But I'll tell you what, that will set you apart. If they get this big, huge portfolio hardbound book with your logo stamped on it, it's really neat. So, and again, social media, technology director help, mastermind group meetings. I do bi-weekly meetings in person and by webinar. So you guys can come to the meetings, or we do it by webinar as well. We use SkySlope transaction management system, which is, of course, no cost to you. We also take that information, meaning that once you get your contract and everything done, you email it into us. We will upload it into SkySlope and take care of it for you. You could manage it at that point, or you can have one of our transaction coordinators do that for you. But that's a really neat feature, so it kind of saves a lot of time. And of course, we do a lot of small group training on tech, sales, negotiating, marketing, luxury. We're really pushing that luxury market, which has been really good for us. Obviously, walk-in leads are phenomenal. Those have been a really big push lately, obviously, as the weather starts to turn. And we do team member training, ISA training, team building, coaching. I could go on and on. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we do. Guys, my job here is to do two things. My job is to recruit great agents and make them really successful by making sure that they're producing agents. So we don't really hire part-time agents. We don't really hire brand new agents, although we have. They've got to pass a few tests. But otherwise, we are looking for agents that understand real estate. They love real estate. They just get caught up in some of these things. They get caught up in technology. They get caught up in the marketing. They don't understand the social media and how to really present themselves. Or if they do, how do we tweak that and make that better? I'm huge into call to actions and unique selling propositions. Tweaking those things can be a huge impact on your business. I am dedicated to your business. I am involved in your business. I am not a competing broker. I am here to help all the agents as much as they can. Any chance, anytime, any way I can do it, I do it. So that's the only way I can grow, and that's the only way you guys can grow. All right. Well, tell you what, if you're looking for a brokerage that has proven track record of growing agents' business, I think I just proved that to you. call me, email me. Let's schedule a confidential meeting. Let's have a conversation. Let's just a quick conversation on the phone. And if it doesn't work out, and if it's not something you're interested in, I have no problem with that at all. Because we're not looking for everybody. We're looking for the ones that fit the value of what we bring. So anyway, hey, I will answer your emails and your questions here on this webinar quickly. Otherwise, thank you guys for everything, and I appreciate you guys listening. We'll talk soon.